It was my own experience, which I wish I wouldn't have. It still gives me goosebumps to even discuss it. It happened to me last year. My name is Sarah, and I've always been drawn to the wilderness, seeking solitude amidst the towering mountains. So, when the mountains called, I embarked on a hike, the promise of solitude and breathtaking vistas driving me forward. As evening draped its curtain, I found myself facing an ancient inn nestled in the heart of the wilderness. A part of me hesitated, unease fluttering like a trapped bird within my chest, but I shrugged it off, convincing myself that one night wouldn't hurt. As evening turned into night, a sense of unease clung to the inn's corridors like a second skin. My room felt like a portal to another time, its aged wood creaking with a history I couldn't fathom. I lit candles, their warm glow offering a fragile comfort against the encroaching darkness. I dismissed the nagging feeling, assuring myself that imagination was playing tricks on me. After all, it was just one night, and I'd be on my way at sunrise. But then, at midnight, everything changed. I woke up drenched in sweat, despite the fact that it was snowing outside. The air in the room felt stiflingly hot, suffocating me. The tap in the washroom was running, a maddening drip that echoed through the room. I stumbled across the wooden floor, half asleep, desperate to stop the wasteful flow. Sleepily, I gazed at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, and there she was, a pale woman with empty eye sockets staring back at me. A scream clawed its way out of my throat, the sound ripping from my throat before I could control it. With a desperate try to get away from that ghostly reflection, I ran to my bed, but the night still held its grip on me. My breath caught up as I looked towards the bed. A figure identical to me lay there, seemingly asleep. I screamed, but it was as if the sound was stolen from my lips, replaced by an eerie silence. In the blink of an eye, I was back in my bed, my heart racing. The sensation of terror was momentarily replaced by relief. It was just a dream, a twisted vision born from the exhaustion of the day's hike. And the inn's ancient walls held no such horrors, I reassured myself. Then the sound of water splashing caught my attention, inexplicably loud in the silent night. The eerie feeling of that horrific dream started crawling up again in my throat. My heart started pounding again as the same episodes of my dream started to happen again. What happened next, though, was far from a dream. As I collected all my courage and dared to lower my feet to the cold wooden floor, they met a touch that was not the expected feel of the wooden floor. I recoiled, and there, beneath the bed, lay a black, bony hand, icy and chilling. Panic surged through me, and I yanked my feet back, heart thundering in my chest. The world spun around me and I screamed, but this time it's not a dream. It's real, the sound echoing off the walls, a desperate plea for rescue, but no one came. There was only the sound of the tap, now a haunting melody in sync with my panic. The whispers began, faint at first, like distant echoes, but they grew louder, insistent, and I clung to the fabric around me as if it could shield me from the malevolent forces at play. The air grew thick with a presence I couldn't see, a weight that pressed down on my chest, making it hard to breathe. It felt as if I was being suffocated by an unseen grip. The world spun around me, and I screamed again, the sound echoing off the walls, a desperate plea for rescue, but no one came. There was only the sound of the tap, now a haunting melody in sync with my panic. I buried myself under the blanket, a futile attempt to escape the horrors of the night. The whispers began, faint at first, like distant wind through ancient trees, but they grew louder, more insistent, creeping into my mind like icy tendrils. My breaths came in ragged gasps. My heart pounded in time with the sinister cadence of the whispers. I was trapped, a helpless prisoner in the clutches of the unknown. As the whispers reached a crescendo, I felt myself losing control. The world spun around me, and I slipped into unconsciousness, my senses overwhelmed by the terrifying reality that had enveloped me. My memory blurs as I recount the harrowing ordeal. I remember the whispers becoming a cacophony of torment, the boundary between reality and nightmare shattering. And then, as abruptly as it had begun, it ended. I woke the next morning, the room bathed in the soft light of dawn. Everything appeared as it should be, normal, untouched by the horrors of the night. But the eerie feeling lingered, an indelible mark on my psyche. I tried to explain to the innkeepers, to share the horrors I had endured, but my words fell on deaf ears. With a heavy heart and a sense of dread, I gathered my belongings and left that place behind, the weight of the night's terrors clinging to my every step. Now, as I sit in the comfort of my home, I can't shake the feeling that something beyond my understanding occurred in that ancient inn. The memory of that night refuses to fade, a haunting reminder that there are things in this world that defy explanation. The mountains still beckon, but the shadows of that night remind me that even the most serene landscapes can hide the most chilling secrets.